Hello, this is Christiana Harris, and welcome to my Gator-to-Gator Connections presentation. Dr. Schmidt was amazing in connecting me with some stellar Gator grads that were extremely helpful and gave great insight to what it's like to being a leader in the sports world. There we go. My first connection was with Gator Lindsay Thomas of the University Athletic Association. Lindsay is the University of Florida's Associate Athletics Director. She oversees many of UF's athletic teams, but football is her biggest. After our initial phone call, I was able to connect with Lindsay while working the homecoming football game. Lindsay and I were able to walk and talk about her operation for a bit before running into her boss, Matt. Matt and I then had an impromptu one on one while he showed me around the stadium, too. It was great to see this assignment come to life right before my eyes because not only was I connecting with Lindsay, but now her boss, Matt, as well. During our second conversation, I asked Lindsay what some of her responsibilities were. It varied depending on the day. For instance, an office day would look much different than a game day. Something that I found very interesting about Lindsay's role is that she travels with the team. On game days, you can find Lindsay running around the stadium, checking on her team members, and essentially putting out any operational fires. Though her day-to-day to-dos might look different, Lindsay does a great job of staying flexible and balancing her time. She may not have a lot of time to spend with every person on her team because of everything she oversees, but she does a great job of using her charismatic leadership power. She shared a couple of stories of how she makes time to connect with her team. One of them is when she mentioned that she's so not a cat person whatsoever, but she knows someone on her team is. So she makes a point to ask her how her cat is doing, as she knows it's important to her. In turn, that team member will feel valued and will want to do a good job for Lindsay. In addition to feeling valued, Lindsay shared a great tactic to motivating her team. She said that she likes to share what the big picture is for them. She quickly gave the example of the story of two bricklayers and how, when one of them was asked, "What are you doing?" their reply was that, "Oh, I'm laying some bricks." And when the other one was asked, "Hey, what are you doing?" their reply was that they're building a cathedral. I had never heard of that example before, but it was an awesome one that demonstrated how Lindsay uses communication in order to motivate her team. Yes, their task might seem small, but when you put it towards a bigger picture of providing exceptional game day experiences, it helps put things into perspective. My second connection was with Gator Andrew Kawan of Learfield IMG College. Andrew is the Associate General Manager of Gator Sports Properties. The reason he belongs to two different teams is because Learfield IMG College is a company that many universities hire to handle the sponsorship aspect. The University of Florida is one of them, and their segment is called Gator Sports Properties. Another interesting aspect about Andrew's role is that though UF is in Gainesville, he actually lives and works out of Orlando. And since I live and work out of Orlando, we were able to meet in person for our second conversation. We met at, I don't know if it's Tutu or Tuto Cafe, but either way, it was in Baldwin Park. And if you haven't been, it's great. My first question for Andrew was the same as Lindsay's, and it was to remind me of what his role is and what his responsibilities were. He started with a breakdown of his team and shared that he essentially has to do it all, very much like Lindsay. He not only acts as a sales and service manager for his team, but he's also an extension of the general manager. He shared some of his responsibilities, which include assisting with all of the GM duties, managing the workload and performance of 10 team members, 6 that are in sales and 4 that are in service/activation, managing relationships with all UF athletic departments on top of conducting the hospitality and entertainment piece of any client's contract. In short, he put his responsibilities into 3 different buckets: managing his team and their needs, talking to UF athletic departments, and balancing his own self-book of business. Overall, he couldn't stress enough the importance of building genuine relationships along the way. Like Lindsay, his day-to-day tasks depend on what season they're in and if there was a game or not. He gave me the example of what his homecoming game day looked like. He shared that he started around 6 a.m. in order to get prepped to entertain and escort one of UF's biggest clients, Wells Fargo. While meeting with them, he ensured to take photos of them and their stadium signage, host them in the stadium hospitality spot, and then even give them a tour of the social media spotlight where College Game Day was being filmed. He then left them to watch and enjoy the game in order for him to tend to other clients that were in attendance. He said that a big part of his role is to manage the client's expectations and to showcase that their partnership is mutually beneficial. When I asked Andrew which leadership power he thought he was, he said that it depended on the situation. He said different team members need different types of leadership, just like different situations need different types of leadership. And a great leader knows when and how to use each. Overall, my Gator connections taught me the importance of balancing your time in order to make every team member feel valued, in addition to making genuine and mutually beneficial relationships. I'm extremely grateful for this assignment, as both Lindsay and Andrew have invited me to continue our connection through shadowing and meeting all of their teams. With this assignment, it not only allowed me to connect with people that I could be working with one day, but the people that I could become one day. So I look forward to my relationships with both of them blossoming, because one day I want to be the Gator that other sport management students can connect with. Thank you so much, and go Gators!